Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1 and welcome to Boots on the Ground. Let me get right into it. If you have anything you could add, please send it to southernprepper1, the number 1, at yahoo.com. This is from Hendersonville, South Carolina. They went to the Walmart and the Tire Lube Express. No one was there. They had no workers. Also, Southern California. I have lived in a house for 16 years and never had a bill higher than $150, and they're referring to their electric bill. Now my latest bill last week was $215. And now I have less people in the house than before. Yes, electric is going up. Do what you can to conserve it. Also, we had the explosion at the Hoover Dam transformer. Hopefully they get that fixed. A lot of people are saying, is it sabotage? No one knows, and we'll never know the truth. But they quickly got it under control, so it looks like they can get it fixed. We just pray that they have a spare transformer to replace it. Milk. Person sent me a picture. It's similar to a gallon-sized milk container. It's a little different, but it's only 3.03 gallons. So, is this some shrinkflation? They've never seen it. I have never seen it. So, have you started seeing the 3.03 quarts? Excuse me, 3.03 quarts. So, it's not even a gallon. Let's go over to Columbus, Ohio. During the night, someone came and took them about 5 minutes. Took the 4 tires off a vehicle. They caught it on camera. It took them 5 minutes to take 4 tires off a vehicle. So even having your vehicle locked, they can still take a lot of damage and make a lot of damage to you. This is a Food Lion in Lancaster, South Carolina. They had a sign. As a result of adverse growing conditions in South Carolina, the cucumbers advertised as locally grown in this week's flyers will not be available. It's bad when you can't even get a local growing cucumber in Lancaster, South Carolina. This portrait studio owner says had a lot of cancellations. People are forfeiting a $400 deposit rather than spending the full amount on the packages. That is incredible. Tucson, Arizona. They live next to the tracks, railroad tracks. Completely silent today with no trains running at all. On a normal day, there's a train just about every 40 minutes full of shipping containers. Today I paid especially close attention and not seen one train coming into or out of. Go to Amazon. This person ordered on July 15th, ordered 25 pounds of dried chickpeas. Actually, I think they ordered them before then, but they got notified on the 15th that they're out of stock. Also, jasmine rice, they ordered, got a notification, out of stock. Multiple people sent me things in regards to Amazon and dried food products. Home Depot, a lot of theft they're having. This one particular one, they think it's an inside job because in the locked tool area, they're finding empty boxes and no tools in them. So they think there's someone with an inside job. Someone sent me the average price of a new car as of June of 2022 was $48,000. That's incredible, $48,000. This is Southeast Kentucky. I noticed at the Walmart a lot of clearances on patio, furniture, and other clothing. I personally 2 days ago talked to a person that worked for Walmart. I think he had team leader or something on his shirt. So he was in charge of some people putting some stock out. I asked him why they got all this, and he point blank said all this has been sitting in ships and they finally getting their deliveries in, so they have a lot of product. Southern Illinois. This person deals with ill patients. My patients, one of them is waiting on a portable oxygen concentrator, and they've been waiting since the end of May. So 2 months later, still nothing and no word on ETA. Another patient said they usually get 90 days of medicine sent to them. Now they're only getting 30 days supply sent to them. Another person, an EMS supervisor, said they only have 6 doses of Ativan, and Ativan is important for seizures. So, major shortage there. One person that's been for years using a certain catheter had to switch over to another one because the other one was back ordered. They said their daughter works for Rural King, was working 5 days, and usually every day would be between 4 and 8 hours for their shift. Then it was switched down to only 3 days in 2 weeks of working. Now it's nothing. They actually said wait a couple days until the new schedule comes out to find out when you need to work. So definitely a slowdown. A lot of people sent me the things in regards to Amazon. I actually saw it on the Amazon account. It says, due to regulatory requirements, all Mylar bags that are not clear or single colored must be removed from the Amazon store. A lot of people were freaking out about this. I heard it was for, they sell some really cool, pretty ones, more, for kids, and that people were putting drugs in them. I don't know what's the truth about them, but I think it's drug related. So we'll just see what Amazon does with our big 1 gallon size and our 5 gallon size. I think they're going to be fine, but only time will tell. This is north central Arkansas. They're just seeing massive price increases on some of their products. One of them in particular was one day they bought some corn. It was 34 cents an ear. The next day went back and it was 68 cents an ear. They're saying a lot of people are selling beef cows. These particular people are actually selling some of theirs due to feed prices going up. They actually did not fertilize their pasture because the fertilizer price doubled and they didn't have the money. So cows are being sold all over the United States, most of it in relation to the drought that is occurring. They also said our grocery bill is 40 to 50% higher. This person received email from their landlord. I think they live more in an apartment complex. And it basically said to alert residents that because of the part problems, getting parts for appliances, heating and air, plumbing, whatever it takes to keep an apartment building up and running, they're no longer using next day air. So it could take up to 10 to 14 days or longer to get parts. Plus, they said that parts are short, so you might not have it for a lot longer. Lowe's. These people bought some doorknobs. They bought 3. Doorknobs, I guess they put them on, went back and tried to buy some more. 10 days later, they bought 6 more, but the increased price was $5 each. These people use an online fax service. It's been $10 a month forever. They just raised it to $12 a month. You might say, no big deal. That is a 20% increase. When you sustain a 20% increase or more across everything you buy, your quality of living will decrease unless you can find yourself getting a big raise or getting a part-time job. But still your life will decline because you'll be working more for the same amount that we were getting a year ago. This guy's an electrical distribution designer, so he works with the power grid. We are informed this morning that we should no longer default to replacing transformers, cutouts, and lightning arresters when replacing poles. Supply problems. Just replace what is needed. Because of a lot of time and energy it takes to replace a whole pole, normally they would throw new components on it. Because if the pole is that old, the components are probably... Now they're not doing it. If the pole needs to get replaced, they replace just the pole. They said 6-month backlog in supply of primary switches, meters, meter pedestals, and many large transformers. More shortages across the board. This is northern Idaho. Our town is a bottleneck through the western edge of the Rockies. Talking about trains, most of it going to and from the West Coast or Canada will pass through our town. Our visitor information center claims that we have about 60 trains a day. If you're late for an appointment in this area, just blame it on the train. It will always work because everyone knows they cause traffic problems, so many of them. However, lately, I'm estimating that the train traffic has been cut in half. I have not been stopped by a train in about 3 weeks. While I love the convenience of it not being stopped, it is also crazy scary in very big print. Crazy scary. And that's just because of our logistical supply problems are great right now. Less trains is going to be increased logistical problems. And most of the trains I do see have been hauling coal to the coast to be shipped overseas. I have not seen any lumber in a while. I spoke to a train engineer, and they have had enough. The money that they used to make is not the same as they used to making now. Long hours. They're definitely understaffed. Definitely safety concerns with understaff and things not being done properly. This is the East Metro side of St. Paul. just got 2 catalytic converters replaced. Our mechanic stated we were extremely fortunate and he was able to locate an aftermarket for installation. He says he's had several vehicles are just sitting in the repair lot that he cannot get parts. One customer still is waiting 3 months for the catalytic converter. Do not let your car catalytic converter get stolen. It's horror stories I'm getting. Pennsylvania, the VA hospital. He's trying to get a CPAP machine that he needs. They do not have any. But he is number 328 on their waiting list. He also had a question on podiatry, so he called over there. He needs his shoes. He left a message over a week ago and absolutely no call back. And this is from the VA. Also, the respiratory department told him they're out of supplies, don't know when they will get more. I never thought I would see this happen at the VA. They're always well stocked and usually send more supplies than I need. So the VA is suffering too. I appreciate all those people that are at the VA trying to help veterans. I applaud you. Thank you for your service to service members and women. This daughter is sick. Must be a younger daughter because they go to a pediatrician. The pediatrician prescribes some medicine that our pharmacist says will not be able to get for weeks. There's more evidence of the collapse of the medical system. Louisville, Kentucky. Our power went out for 5 hours. No storm anywhere near us. No explanation given. After I wrote that down and finished writing my report, she sent me another email about 5 o'clock this morning, I think. It said power is out, and it's been out for about a half an hour. I don't know if it came back on for her, but more power outages with unexplained reasons, and I'm getting a lot of those reports. This is Denver Metro Hospital. Broken beds, can't get the parts. A lot of these hospitals have contacted me, people that work for them, parts to keep the beds working. Unbelievable. Simple things. Keeping beds in the hospital functioning for sick people. We can't even do that in the United States. This is in California, Walmart. I think it's Windsor, California. It's very hot in the store. The person asked the employee if the AC was broken, and they said, no, I think they just got it shut off or shut way higher because they're trying to save money. This is Walmart. This is 3 Las Vegas area casinos that closed at the start of the pandemic. Will not reopen. The off-strip casinos owned by the Station Casino Corporations were intended for locals. They are called the Texas Station, the Fiesta Rancho, and the Fiesta Henderson. Will all be demolished. Their gambling, food, and liquor license, which are not cheap, will be allowed to expire, and their land will be put up for sale. This is Amazon. They have canceled, and I've seen the articles for the last couple of days, actually longer than that. They've canceled the construction of 16 warehouses that were going to be scattered throughout the United States that they were planning on opening. If Amazon is not building more warehouses, they definitely have their finger on the pulse of America, and they are definitely seeing a slowdown. Tulsa, Oklahoma. The apartment building lobby has a big glass window in it, and there's a hole in it, and it's cracked all up. And it's been like this for 2 months because I can't get a replacement. There is glass shortages. He says driving around, he sees lots of expired tags. I also said, is the quality of pesticides going down because it's not killing bugs in the apartment building? This person said, a friend of mine runs a couple hundred head of cattle. The other night someone cut the fence and took about 30 head. That is a huge blow to a farmer. Also, ranchers are skipping the market and selling to customers directly in a lot of the cases. So instead of taking them to the market to get auctioned off, they're trying to find people that will buy the cow, and then they'll take them to various meat lockers to have them processed, and then you'll pay the processing fee and plus pay the farmer. In this case, it's $3.25 a pound, and it actually could be more. It could be $3.25 after it's hung, not the actual finished product you get. I've had a lot of people ask me, why don't farmers do that? I have asked some farmers, and the problem is they have cows. There is no processing capabilities in certain areas at all. Some of them are scheduled a year out. So that will not help a lot of farmers. We own a beef jerky business in southern Idaho. Shipping cost for one of our large plastic canisters 7 months ago was $274. Today, it is 776. That is a percentage increase of 283%. That's just astronomical. This is what's killing business. A lot of people say internet service in their area has been spotty, and it's been involving tons of different companies, so it's just not one company. So internet, spotty services. This is a food line in Shelby, North Carolina. No leaf lettuce at all. A few sickly looking iceberg lettuce. Very little fresh vegetables. They also said King Arthur, the bread flour, used to be about $3 to $4. It is now, a bag is $6.39. $6.39. This is a news story that's sent to me, and I've heard some other people giving me horror stories. Electric cars. This person bought an electric car for about $11,000. They drove it for 6 months and then realized the battery was bad. They tried to get the battery replaced. The battery replacement cost is $14,000, which is bad. But the worst part is they can't get the battery, so they have a worthless car. So if you're going to buy an electric car used, make sure that battery is checked thoroughly by someone that knows what they're doing, because a $14,000 bill is not good. Plus, they're not available at all. Northeast Ohio, Walmart, where they work the staffing shortages. They also said the Great Value chocolate milk is out of stock, and it's been for about a week now. You might say, oh, that's no big deal, just one thing. That's chocolate milk. Is it a shortage of milk where they're not using it because they need the milk just to sell as regular milk, which is a better seller? Is it the chocolate side of the house? If you can't provide chocolate milk in a Walmart, and it's been over a week, there are some serious problems behind the scenes. This is a semi-driver. He lives in the Houston, Texas area. He is saying that you might see some trucks out there, and that's called bobtailing, and that's when a truck has no trailer. He says sometimes what they do is deliver the semi back to a business, and then they leave so the semi can be unloaded at the company's time. And then another truck will go back and get it. So in some cases that might be seen if you're really in a industrialized area. You might see that. He said the last 2 weeks traffic is definitely lighter, less people on the roads. He also said people are more irritable on the roads. I am seeing that too. You're seeing that. Be careful. You do not want to be involved in any road rage, because a lot of parts for your car might not be available, and your car will sit at auto parts until they can get the available parts. So it's not worth it. Be kind, smile. This is Australia. A box of 48 double-sized toilet paper was $48, and now it's $58. This is coming from China, so being sent to Australia because Australian toilet paper is in short supply. They said tissue boxes is impossible to find in recent weeks. Tissues in Australia. This person's from Colorado. They're renting a house, and it's a newer house, and their central air broke. They're waiting on the part. The temperature there has been in the 90s, so it's miserably hot. Central air has really made us very comfortable in our lives. This is Central Pennsylvania, a small Chevy dealer. Last week, 4 new cars were stolen. 4 masked men came in. Everything was caught on videotape. They used the computer, entered the VIN number, and they were able to access something that they could do, the star system, and they were able to turn the cars on, and they stole 4 cars and drove them off the lot. All of this was caught on security cameras. This is the Dunkin' Donuts in Eastern Tennessee, out of frozen coffee mix. Do not even know when they will get it in. They took it off their menu. A convenience store nearby. 2 different name brand soft drinks are out. The truck has not brought any in the last few deliveries. Simple things we cannot get. Also, he mentioned a lot of other shortages in other stores ranging from Subway to Dollar General. I won't go into those, but just shortages across the board. If you live in an area you're not seeing shortages, thank your lucky star and keep prepping hard, because it will eventually come to you. This is Missouri, the drought. A lot of this has been coming in. Huge shortages of hay and feed. So actually, some people could be starting to feed their winter hay right now and their winter grain right now. So farmers are dumping cows. This is rural Middle Tennessee. Real estate prices are dropping. Also, houses are remaining on the market a lot longer. This is Central Oregon. A glazer, a window guy, had his hours cut because they can't get windows for him to install. The sad part is he has 8 children at the home. Let me finish up here with this last one. I live near Red River. and I've lived there a long time, and the cattle auction is slammed full. There are pickup trucks lined up with trailers. Farmers are dumping their cows at ridiculously low prices. So pray for farmers. I hope you enjoyed Boots on the Ground. Thank you for watching.